Welcome to You Can't Handle the Truth with me, Natalie. I am here to dive deep into the truth about health, wellness, and self-growth. I am your real talk guru and your rebel healer, here to cut through the noise and dig deep into the mental, physical, and spiritual health, uncovering the truths that many aren't ready to confront. And we're doing that together to step into our authentic selves. So today I am bringing you a question from our fellow over 40, a lady that's over 40, and she has a question about relationships. And this one digs deep and talk about soul searching and digging into our soul to decide what to do. And we're gonna help her today. All right? Our fellow rebel today, our rebelette. I'm gonna call you guys my rebelettes. All right? So let's just do that. All right? So my fellow rebelette here says, I found out many months ago my partner was unfaithful. I saw it on the cameras in our home when I was out of town. He didn't know I had access to them. Since then, I've seen lots of things that make my heart break a little each time. But I've chosen not to say anything because I'm afraid to admit I have had access to the cameras all along. He thinks I have zero idea and that I believe his lies. I feel like the void between my reality and the life I pretend is real. It's almost impossible not to drown in. I don't want to leave him. I want him to know that I know, and I want him to stop, but I know that's impossible. He will never stop, and I'm tired of him thinking I'm ignorant when the reality is I'm too scared to tell him the truth. What should I do now? And we're going to call this My Silence Isn't Stupidity. All right. Let's take a deep breath. Unfortunately now with all the cameras and technology and AI, we have access to see a lot. Like, we can't even go to the corner store without being caught on camera, either by a neighbor or by a red light camera or something. There are cameras everywhere, including our own homes. We have cameras in our homes to protect us from the outside. But when the violation is coming from within the home and it's being caught on camera, it's a double whammy. Wouldn't you say, ladies? Fellow rebels out there, drop me a comment. I'm sure you have a lot to say about this. I am going to read some of the comments also that she received from asking this question, but I want to give a little bit of my insight first. The first instinct is to say, get the hell out of there. What are you doing? This goes back again to us being over 40. There's a reason why she was checking the camera. She had access. So there was something else that made her feel. Her senses, her intuition was telling her that something was wrong. She checked. And then came the shame, the anger, the disbelief. I don't know. She didn't say how long they've been together. I don't know if they have kids. But if you've been through anything similar, if anyone has been through cheating, you know that this is something that is very, this is something that is heartbreaking, right? We have to take into consideration the stages of grief, right? from the time she found out. I don't know. She doesn't say how long it's been. She just says she's had access all along. And so there's the first stage is denial. Like you just want to think maybe he'll change, maybe he'll stop. Maybe she's thrown some hints around or done some things a little bit differently, or maybe not, because she doesn't say that, so we're not gonna guess. And she says her silence isn't stupidity, and I agree with her. It's not stupidity. It's hurt, it's shame. It's feeling like you're not worth the love. And it's interesting, I'm sure this happens even this can happen even when you're younger, but when you are over 40 and you're getting ready to hit midlife, you start to look at your life a little bit different. You start to question the things that you didn't question before, you start to question them now. And of course, the first instinct is to say, get the hell out of here, right? But if you live with someone, you have finances to think about, right? Which is why most women don't leave. And our hearts and embarrassment in front of our families, our friends, and all of that. What should she do now? Well, she has all the tapes. Obviously he's continuing to do this, and I would imagine she caught him with the home camera, so he's bringing someone into her house, into their home. So it's not just that he's cheating, now the person's coming into their home. Personally, at this point, she might want to consider a lawyer to get her ducks in a row. Figure out what she needs to do to get herself aligned so that if she chooses to go the route of divorce, that she has things straightened. Because believe me, if he has someone that he has even gone far enough to bring them into the house while she's not there, the home that they live in, he's probably got a plan. And so she needs to consider that maybe he has an exit plan, right? Because they haven't had a conversation yet. So it's time for her to get her exit plan together before having a conversation, so that she knows based on how the conversation goes, because she might choose to have a conversation and say, hey, this is what I'm seeing. This needs to come to a stop. We need to go to therapy. Or she needs to have a decision or her mind made up that she's leaving, right? Either way, she needs her ducks in a row, because she cannot wait to tell him that she's cheating, have him go off, and now use that as an excuse now to leave, right? I'm out of here because what were you doing? You're following me. You're, all the things that some people do when they're lying, all the things they do when they're trying to project the blame back onto you, as if you're the one that did something wrong. And obviously I have a sense that she feels like this might happen, because she does say she doesn't want to say anything because she doesn't want to have to admit that she's known for so long, which means that she's gonna have to say, I've known since such and such. I've known since January. Now it's December, and you brought someone in again last week. I don't know, and I don't even know if it's different people. And she needs to consider, what I didn't even talk about is that she needs to consider her health, because we gotta talk about health, ladies. If he's sleeping around with other women, what is the possibility that he's bringing something home to her? And what is the danger to her that she's bringing these women into the house? Because he's frequenting other women. Do you see all the dangers here? He's frequenting other women who may have an attachment to him and get jealous. And then now she is in the path of becoming a victim. Of what? We don't know, because we don't know what they're capable of. But we've heard crazier stories, and most of us would like to not believe that our spouse would be the one to cause us harm. But he's already causing her harm. So now she has to consider everything, and she has to consider the danger that now some other woman or other person is in her house rummaging through her things when she's not there. It's a lot. So for me, I would have to say it's time to get your ducks in a row, honey. And I know it's hard. Find a therapist. Get a lawyer. Keep the proof, because you're going to need the proof for your divorce. You're going to want to have this proof for court, you know, and it's a shame, because I'm sure these are all the reasons why she hasn't said anything, because these are things that she's thought about. But ladies, you cannot put someone else's well-being above your own. She needs to talk to an attorney to deal with the shame, or not with an attorney to deal with the shame, but she needs to talk to a therapist to deal with the shame, so that she can walk through this. Because him cheating on her is not anything that she did. Him deciding to be disrespectful and bring someone into the home where they live together, he can try to project that onto her, like as if it's her fault, but it's not her fault. So as ladies, we need to remember that somebody else's bad behavior is not our fault. As we step into our 40s and beyond, this is a time where we don't have time for nonsense anymore. But it takes time to walk through this, because this is a time where we start shedding the things that don't serve us anymore. And that can be very hard. And it can be very unnerving when you start to have to look at yourself and realize what you've allowed. Because that's the other part of this. That's the hard truth about this, is that she's going to have to look at herself and see what she's done to allow this. It's not her fault that the behavior is happening, but it's what is it about her that has allowed this behavior? What is it about her that might be broken, that needs to be healed before she even thinks about maybe another relationship in the future if they were to divorce, that has allowed her to sit with this, right? What is it about her that feels like she doesn't deserve better, right? So none of this is stupidity. This is about needing to heal. This is all about healing. You know, she's scared to tell him the truth. That's what got me at the end. When the reality is, I'm scared to tell him the truth. What should I do? What did she do that she should be scared to tell him the truth? See, that's the thing with shame. And I'm sure there's other things going on in their relationships already that leads her to feel that being scared. Because if you're in a relationship with someone and you can't tell them the truth, why are you there? If you're not being truthful to each other, what is the point of living that lie? If he doesn't want to be there with you, why is it that you feel like you don't deserve to be with someone who wants to be with you? And of course, my suggestion for this is to separate, get your own place if that's possible. set it up before he finds out and makes the move first, because if he's, like I said, if he's got somebody coming in the house, if he's that bold, he's got a plan. And hopefully the plan is not sinister. I would say what makes someone so bold to do something like that, but it sounds like he's broken too, right? But right now, well, you know, when somebody's cheating, it's because they're broken, right? They need to heal themselves. And so, but for her right now, that's not her problem that he needs to heal. What is her problem is that she is in the line of fire of him not being healed. And she is also having healing that she needs to do, because she can't figure out how to have this conversation. And you know, the thing is that I have a sense, my gut tells me, is that she feels like it could be volatile if she has this discussion with him. So she needs to be ready for that. She needs to be ready for all the things that she's scared of. Get to therapy, talk to the therapist, and have them help you walk through it. If she doesn't have her own income at this point, she needs to quit worrying about what he's doing and get away to get some income for herself, get to work. All the things that we need to do, that we should always be doing, to ensure that we can take care of ourselves before we bring someone else into our lives and then expect them to take care of us. Let's read some of the comments. Someone says, unfortunately, infidelity doesn't matter in most states when it comes to divorce. It matters in the states where infidelity prevents a spouse from collecting alimony. My former spouse was unemployed and attempted to punish me in every way possible for leaving his ass. I was able to prove fault, and therefore he wasn't entitled to alimony. See, she needs an attorney. I mean, we can have this discussion back and forth, because it does depend where you live and what. So she needs to know what her rights are, first of all. And she needs to know what to do to protect her assets. Now, he's cheating. What else is he taking from her? He's already bringing someone else into the home. I'm looking for more comments, because I didn't look through the comments because I didn't want to be biased. Let's see. Plan your escape. Take all the time you need to make sure your money, assets, and yourself are secured. Get secure, and then serve him some divorce papers. And the other thing is that, like I said, she may need to, I agree with this lady, I don't know, whoever made this comment, I don't know if it's a lady or a man, but like whoever made that comment, I agree with 100%, because I think that she needs to get her ducks in a row. And maybe not even be in the home when she announces to him. Right? Because that's the other thing. Like, can you just go in and kick someone out? So she may need to leave. Someone else says, my ex-husband cheated on me on a business trip when I had a baby. Saw it all in photos via cloud. Don't be ashamed. He should be ducking ashamed. Know that it's going to get better from here. Being alone is infinitely better than being mistreated. And also, go listen to Taylor Swift's Tolerated. Yeah. So you heard that saying, I can do bad all by myself? I can do bad all by myself. So, ladies, I want to know what you all think about that. Someone says, I wouldn't confront. Get tested. She needs to get tested for diseases. See a lawyer. Make a financial plan. Rent. Purchase a space to live, furnish it, pack, then leave. I agree. Purchase a space to live, furnish it, pack, then leave. Calmly. Serve divorce papers and video footage enclosed. Absolutely. You are the winner here. Leave so you can meet someone who adores and respects you. And then she does a little edit and says rent instead of buy, because if you buy, what you buy may be included as part of the divorce proceedings. So don't buy anything at this point, but do get out. So yeah, I agree. She needs to create a plan for herself. She has the footage, it's dated, like what else? I mean, ladies, this is really, really, really tough. No one wants to be cheated on. Anyone that's been cheated on knows that it's not, there's a lot of shame or guilt or feeling like you've done something wrong. And let me tell you firsthand, you've done nothing wrong. You're going to need to have the conversation. And for each person, it's going to be different. But what's not different is that you're going to need to ensure you can't go on like this pretending, right? Not with him bringing, I mean, even if he wasn't bringing the person to the house, but not with him bringing the person to the house and that the other woman to the house. And then now, no, just no, you know, so this can't, she knows that's why she's writing. She's looking for support. And it's great to have a space where we can support each other, ladies. So if you have any questions that you think a woman over 40 might be asking at this point, send me an email at naturalshop@gmail.com. I would love to hear your question and or whatever the situation is, and then we can discuss it here and get different opinions. I would love to do that for you. But in the meantime, drop me a comment and let me know what you think about this. With this situation and what you would recommend to your fellow rebel over 40 years old who might be dealing with a situation similar to this. All right. Well, thank you for joining me today on You Can't Handle the Truth. And until next time, you stay beautiful, you stay strong, you stay inspired, and you stay sexy so you can keep taking care of yourself and those around you. Peace and love.